So the first thing that I would encourage people to do is think about the smallest step that they could take.
Okay.
So that may be, let's say, for example, I have not stepped outside since COVID. Other than to grab the Amazon packages, right?
Right.
So let's just, and to go to the mailbox. So let's say that has been the 25 meters. That's a little bit of agoraphobic, something like that's happening. So what is this one step I can take to start moving me back into my new normal?
Okay.
So that might be taking that, instead of 25 meters, maybe I'm going to go 30 meters.
Okay.
And just mapping out. It doesn't have to be something huge. It is one small step. Let's say it's, maybe I am feeling anxious about my child going back to school.
Oh, that's a real one.
It is a real one. Okay, so we observe what is related to my anxiety about this. Could be a whole host of things, right? What are the risk mitigation strategies that have been put in place? You look at them all. You lay it all out. Okay, so what is the one thing that I can control with allowing my child to go back to school? What's the one thing I can be okay with? And it's really just, and it's not something huge. It only has to be small. I can be okay with my child going back to school because I know that she's wearing her mask. I know that she knows how to wash her hands for 20 seconds. So it's just making sure we're recognizing tiny habits. There's a book on it, Tiny Habits, BJ Fogg's. It's one small thing that you can control. Yes. And then it's setting up those incremental small things to kind of launching yourself forward.
Right. And I would add to this, not to take away, from your expertise or anything like that, but for me, what I have found in my personal experience is when I try to take the giant leaps, which is what we all want to take, right? We want to go from point A to point Z, and we want to skip B through Y, right? We just don't want to do all those middle steps. And what happens is we take those giant leaps without taking the small incremental steps. And then all of a sudden it's not sustainable and we fall. And then we have this shame and guilt and blame, that starts happening. At least this is what I experienced. But when I realized I don't have to do the gigantic steps, I just need to take that one tiny step, make that one little change, and that's sustainable. I can do this every day and I can succeed at this. And when I've got that as a habit and it's like second nature, now I can take that next tiny step.
That's right. Yeah. And so, we talked about spiraling down, right?
Yeah.
You can also spiral up and launch yourself forward. And that's really kind of what we're talking about here. It's moving that up and out. And it is, propelling yourself forward. And because, the more you do, the more you can do. And it builds that self-confidence. And like you said, that sustainability, it just becomes part of your lifestyle.